Hey y'all, hey, what's up? Happy Friday. I am here with Kamara Love, who is a travel advisor, and we were supposed to go live on her page, but the internet was doing what it does, right? So we hopped on StreamYard, but guys, this is her time. Like, I'm actually supposed to be a guest for her. So I'm going to let her take over this live feed and I'll pop in where I fit in so we can talk about how to set a travel budget 101 because she is an awesome, amazing expert travel advisor. And I want her to give you all her tips, tricks, and strategies that she has. And I'm just going to add my 2 cents from a financial coach standpoint. So go ahead, girl.
Thank you. All right, hello, my travel loves. Normally, that's how I open, but hi, guys. I'm Kamara, as she said. I'm here today, as Nisha said, with the purpose to educate you guys on how to set a travel budget, why that is important to us travel advisors when you reach out to us looking for trips, and why it is important overall to just have in your day to day life. Okay, so I know you guys don't know me, but as Nisha said, I am a travel advisor. I own my own travel agency called Travel with Love. I'm 26 years old, and in the last 2 years, I have built a very successful travel community. Excuse me, community up to 100K on Facebook. It's called the Travel with Love Club. Check us out. I'm pretty much well versed in all things travel related. Okay, so I am here with Nishaya. As you guys already know, her followers, she's amazing in what she does. She is a financial coach and she is an amazing speaker and just kind of like an amazing inspiration to have on your timeline. So for my followers who see this, definitely follow her on Facebook. You'll learn a lot of things. Okay. But before we like jump into it, because I do want to interview Nishaya, that's the whole reason why she's here. I kind of want to just go over really quickly 5 tips that I feel like you should be doing before and during the creation of your travel budget. Okay. So before you set a travel budget, assess your monthly budget with a licensed a financial advisor or a trained financial coach. During your session, this person will definitely let you know what you should be doing with your finances or coach you into the better ways to spend your finances. That way, your finances are working for you. Number two is get comfortable with money. It kind of piggybacks with number one. If you're not comfortable with money, it's a tool that you're misusing. It's like with Facebook. We're both comfortable with Facebook, but for some reason, Facebook didn't want to let us go live today. Well, I don't know what the error was, but apparently we're doing something wrong. However, if and we even with being comfortable, you can still make mistakes. It's definitely possible. So get as comfortable as you can with money. And then that brings us into the third tip, which is determine a destination. I don't know how many people come to me in my inbox and they're like, so what travel packages do you have? And of course I have some. So then I just like send them to my website and then they're like, okay, so I think how much does it cost? And I'm like, cost. Okay, where do you want to go? I'm not quite sure. Well, if you don't know where you want to go, then I can't really help you because how much it costs in Mexico is not how much it costs in America. It's not how much it costs in London. It's not how much it costs in Jamaica. They literally all cost differently. And I can say standard in the industry is 3 to 5K, but it's definitely doable in 2K budgets and smaller budgets or even larger budgets. So it's very important that you know where you want to go so that I can definitely let you know if it fits your budget. Okay. Research your travel expenses. So it's crazy for me as the travel advisor to say this, isn't it? Huh? Isn't that my job? It absolutely is. However, in the effort, in the name of authenticity, it is important for you to at least have seen those numbers for like 2.5 seconds, glanced over them something so that you don't feel like someone is bamboozling you with the price. Alrighty. Especially because that leads us straight into number 5, which is consider your travel style. So if your travel style is not all inclusive resorts, and I'm looking at all inclusive resorts, you're going to think that the budget and the price that I'm giving you is wild because your travel style is Airbnbs and hostels. And here I am showing you all inclusive resorts. So it's very important as I'm building. I hope you guys understand that you know what your travel style is, where you want to go, and around about how much it costs. That way it helps you build how much you are comfortable with spending, because you have to be comfortable spending the amount that you're comfortable with. I don't necessarily want to send you to Cancun and then you get stuck there because you didn't budget appropriately. Okay, not only do you have to know the budget for the trip, you also need to plan and budget for anything else that could possibly happen. I will definitely do another live, probably again with Nashea, to talk about credit cards and travel credit and stuff like that, and how that could definitely save your booty cheeks if you don't prepare yourself. However, make sure your budget also withstands while you're in the place. It's not just enough to pay for everything upfront. Okay, so that kind of segues into my interview with Nashea. That was my quick little rundown. Okay, so I know your followers know who you are, but can you introduce yourself to my followers?
Yeah, so I'm Nashea Richardson. I'm a financial coach, and I work with high achieving professionals who want to enjoy the increase in their wealth and master their money like a boss. And one of those ways that they enjoy that increase, most of them, is through travel. So it's like perfect that you asked me to share with your platform, because that is like one of the top things that people like to do. Did I cover everything?
I think is that all that you do?
Well, I am a speaker. I am a thought leader. I'm also a radio personality, a syndicated radio personality, which I probably should advertise more. But yeah, it's all things money, all things related to personal finance, and mindset and money management. So yeah, that's what I do. And I'm also a full-time employee too, human resource specialist. So
Got all the hats.
and a mom.
How do you even find time to smile and make jokes? I would be so sleepy.
Listen, I was sleepy after last weekend because it was an eventful weekend, but usually my day is pretty chill. So I can it's when I have like those high days and I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired, y'all.
Trust me, and I just came off of a week of barely any sleep, being up around the clock doing things. So I understand. I only have just the agency. And then I have another project that I work on. But I can imagine the agency, a radio show, I'm a speaker, and I have a 9 to 5 all day. Whew. My heart goes out to you. Alrighty, Shay, what led you into financial coaching? Like, how did you come on that?
Yeah, so for me, I was not always the financial savvy person. I like to tell people that because, sometimes people look at, financial people and they're like, oh, they're different because they just know this stuff or whatever they think, right? Well, that was not me. I had like horrible credit. I had no money, no savings. I had debt, all the things, right? All the things that, people experience. I also had a very poor money mindset. And I got to a point where I just got tired of it. And I just completely changed my finances around, became a homeowner, built my savings, paid off tons of debt, increased my net worth. And then I saw that there was a gap and I saw that there was a need for my experiences. And then I was like, well, let me go and like extend my expertise. And I, got the training, mentor from other coaches, and now I help other women do that shift in their finances because I know how much it changes our lives when we have control of our money and we have a healthier relationship with our money. Which is why I smile and laugh so much, because I'm so chill. Like I'm not stressed out about money.
Right. That makes so much sense. Honestly, I had no idea any of those things about your previous life. It's kind of like a rags to riches story, but you took a lot of hard work and grit and a lot of steps in between. It wasn't like this overnight, like kind of how they make it seem with rappers, they're overnight rags to riches. It's really not like that for them either, but that's what the world sees. So it's good that you are able to show people like, hey, no, I wasn't always like this, but I was like you and you could be like me.
Mm-hmm.
So
or better, right?
Like okay, so with your expertise, how important is it to have a monthly budget and stick to it?
Yeah, so it's so important to have that monthly budget because we have to tell our money what to do, right? We need to like our money needs a job, and we are the people to give it a job. Like we're like the supervisor or the CEO of our money.
Mhm.
And having that monthly budget is basically you telling your money where it needs to go every single month.
Mhm.
Because if you're not the one telling it where to go, someone else is going to tell it where to go. And it's usually Target, Starbucks, Amazon, Louis Vuitton, all the things, right? And then next thing you know, when it's time to pay the mortgage or the rent, you're like, wait a minute, something is missing. The math ain't mathing. And I don't have all the money
Make
that I'm supposed to have. So that is why it's so important to have a budget be so that you know where your money is going and you can allocate it to those places. So now when you get to the middle of the month or the end of the month, you're not wondering like where did it all go because you know exactly where it went.
Okay, see it? I love it. I love it. So, in terms of budgeting, what tips can you give the audience on how to create a budget? What should they be doing?
So first of all, you need to make sure you have enough money to cover your monthly budget. So that is the first thing, right? Because some people, we get into this cycle and we're living beyond our means, which means we have more expenses than income that we have coming in. And when we get in that cycle, then we start using credit cards and like personal loans and things like that. So I would say the first thing is make sure that your expenses are within your monthly income and you're not spending more money than what's coming in.
Mhm.
Some other tips are include some fun in your budget. So, like travel, right? Make sure you're including entertainment because that's where a lot of people get off track and they find like they don't like budgeting because they're not including a normal lifestyle. They're not including that fun stuff that they enjoy doing. So now it feels restrictive and now they don't want to stick to it. No,
Right.
we want to stick to it because that's going to be the thing to help us manage our money.
Mhm.
So yeah, so those two tips are kind of like my biggest ones because I like for people to have that budget so that they have a plan. But I also think that we should be able to enjoy the increase in our wealth while we are managing our money well.
I am honestly impressed and excited that you said build fund into your budget because
Mhm.
one thing that I do say about travel is travel in itself is healing, which is a whole other topic that I'll get to in a later life. But I brought that up because the one of the things that makes travel healing is the fact that you get to have fun. Normally during your regular old week, you're not really having much fun. You're spending 40 to 80 hours on at work, stressed,
Mhm.
dealing with whatever kind of stress your work gives you. If it's good stress, if it's bad stress, you're still dealing with the stress. And then when you get home, you might see your kids for like an hour before it's time to like cook dinner and then brush them off into the shower and go to sleep and start the next day over. And that's kind of what the American lifestyle is morphed into. Both parents go to work, they stress, they come home, they hurry up, make dinner. If they didn't meal prep it already, they barely see the kids, go to sleep, and then wake up and do it all over the next day. So travel in itself introduces fun back into your lifestyle, which helps heal. Fun creates things like serotonin and dopamine inside your brain, which are two very powerful chemicals to help your brain chemistry stay balanced enough so that you have normal feelings within yourself. Fun is actually a necessity to this life, or you will never be able to stick to anything that you do because everything will stress you out. So I'm happy that you said that.
Awesome.
I do want to segue into once they have their ideal budget. So you told them to budget fund into their trip, right? I mean, to their monthly budget, which also includes travel, especially for most of your clients. So as a travel advisor, I do recommend that you create a spreadsheet. So even after creating your first spreadsheet for your monthly budget, you need a secondary spreadsheet for your fund because you need to know where to allocate your fund money to. If you're going to go out to dinner, go out to brunch on Sunday, or if you're even going to travel, you need to know how much is going where. But in relationship to travel itself, having a spreadsheet for travel specifically lets you research and budget how much things cost, like the stay, the transportation, the airport shuttle from the hotel to the airport, and then from the airport back to your house, or however you want to have it done. Or if you want somebody there with a sign with your name on it and a limo outside, like you need to know that you want that, and then have it in a spreadsheet and how much that it costs. Okay. Two,
Okay.
start saving. So 2, start saving, and then 3 is pay monthly on your trips. And I'm going to go over them at the same time because they're kind of like two different sides of the same coin. So start saving so you can pay your trip all at once, or pay monthly on your trip so you can pay your whole trip off before you leave. And the reason why I say that is because using a minimal portion of your monthly budget to allocate to your travel will make it a lot easier and a more seamless process for you to travel than for you to come up with $2,000 all at once, or wait till tax season and when you have the extra $2,000 to go ahead and spend. So it is definitely important to know your budget so that you can know how much you can spend each month on travel. Okay, number 4, which is my last and final tip, be flexible. So everybody got that little Instagram overstimulation. We're always scrolling. We're seeing nice things happening all day. TikTok dances in the middle of the Maldives and things like that. So yes, it's quite easy to get excited and to want to do all the things. However, you have to be able to afford to do all the things, or you're going back and living beyond your means, like Nashaya said earlier. So be flexible. Some things you're not going to be able to do, and that's just kind of life. Some things you just cannot do. So be flexible with your travel style. Consider how much budget and your travel style go together, especially when you cross-represent with the destination. That's a whole triangulation that tells you your perfect budget spending for your travel and your trip and whatever you want to go. So I personally am often creating spreadsheets for my clients when I go ahead and build out their trips. I did get the chance to show a sample spreadsheet to Nashaya before we did this, when we had our and she let me know I'm doing it right. Okay. I knew I was doing it right before. Okay, but it's different when the financial coach tells you you're doing it right.
Pat yourself on the back, girl.
Right. Like, you know what? But and with underneath that one budget that I create, there's so many different boxes. I always use I would say an Excel spreadsheet, but it's really Google Sheets. It just looks like Excel. But there's always the total budget at the top that I have to work with, and then stays, how much the different stays cost. If it's all inclusive, is it a European plan? Is there a deposit necessary? Do they have this? Do they have that? All that's in my budget stress spreadsheet. And then I'll go down to like transportation. Is it an airport shuttle? Is it private transportation? What is it? Then I'll go down to, I should have pulled, I have one pulled up right here, actually. Hold on a sec. Let me look at it. Then I'll go down to tours. Your tours that you want to take. Most people definitely want to get out and see the city that you're going in. And I honestly do not find it smart to get to the destination and then you register yourself for tours without having done thorough research, because then you can accidentally run into something being unsafe for you. Not saying that it will happen. I've definitely gone to places before and not researched and came home safely. However, the smartest thing to do is to research beforehand and have it already inside of your travel budget spreadsheet so you know how much you want to spend, especially because you could get there and like here in Mexico, if you go down to Rosarito Beach, they are going to haggle you to spend $30 on a jacket that costs 10 or $50 on a 5-minute horse ride that costs 15. And if you don't know it costs that much and you're completely unaware, you're going to get got. Especially if you're going to a country that is not necessarily as wealthy, even though America's poor, as wealthy as America, you're definitely gonna get got. If they perceive you to be American, they perceive you to be rich, they're definitely gonna try to get as much as they possibly can out of you. Okay. And then after tours, I even include the souvenir food budget. Now, it's not often that my clients tell me what their souvenir or food budget is. Usually what I'll do is take their overall budget. I try to stay under budget for each client. Like recently, I had a client trust me with a $10,000 budget. I got it done for her in 6.5 So that's almost $4,000 under budget, which gives her $4,000 to deal with her flights because she didn't buy her flights through me, or to deal with souvenir food, whatever else that they're going to do while they're out and away. Same thing with my other client. She gave me a $2,000 budget. I did it within like 13. So she has like 700 extra dollars for souvenir food. And she's going to an all inclusive. So she doesn't even have to buy food. She just has all this extra money in her budget to fall back on. And I try to ensure that I'm under your budget so you have money to fall back on. Because remember, in the beginning, I said things can happen and they can. Flights get delayed. Sometimes the airport shuttle might be like 2 or 3 minutes too late, and then you're running to the plane. Like, things happen, and anything can happen while you're abroad. And it's definitely smart to have that extra money that you were budgeting out anyways in your back pocket, just in case you have to stay another night, buy another flight, whatever ends up happening. Okay. Okay, so where is I going after this? I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're good, girl. You know, it was funny because I was thinking about when you said, like, do the research about your excursion before you go. So when I was in Jamaica in October, I had already booked my excursion for like the waterfall thing or whatever. I don't even know what I booked. I did not research. All I saw was that it was pretty, right? I was like, oh, this is cool. So we get there and they didn't have enough people to go on the excursion that I booked, but they had like a twofer where we went that excursion and then like we climbed up a waterfall.
Mhm.
Either way, I said all that to say I didn't research either one. Girl, I felt like I was gonna die.
Because plans is suddenly changing.
Because one, I jumped in a waterfall. It was actually fun, but I was very scared. And then the second one, where I was climbing up the waterfall, it was like the whole time my body could not relax because I was so scared. And I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, why didn't I research this? So, yes, please listen to what Kamara said. I thought I was gonna die. I'm like, oh gosh, I just want to get back home.
I bet. See, if you don't do your research, you might end up in the wrong side of town. That's what the tour guy said on the little thing. We're gonna go to the wrong side of town. But look, if you just look at the pretty pictures, please read. Please, it's boring for some people, I know, but it is good to educate yourself before you leave. Read. The pictures are there to entice you to go, yes. But if, like Nisha said, if you don't read, then you don't know what you're signing up for.
And you gotta climb all the way back to the top.
And then on top of that, it's a lot harder to be aware of what a scam might look like if you don't read enough. Like, if you're not looking at enough tours, especially for people who might never ever reach out to a travel advisor to plan their trip. If you're not looking under the correct tour agencies, because you can literally Google horseback ride in Puerto Vallarta and about 100 to thousands results are going to come up. You might click the TripAdvisor link. You might click some private tours like Puerto Vallarta Adventures. And if you're not aware of that tour agency, it might seem legit, but if you don't know what to look for, then you're going to get scammed. And then when you get there, some bad thing could end up happening to you. Sounds like Dunes River Fall. Yes, it was.
That's exactly what it was.
Absolutely. I knew what you were talking about when she said it.
Oh gosh, I don't know how I made it to the top, but I did.
YouTube exists if you don't want to read. If you find a tour agency or a tour that you want to go and you don't feel like reading it, at least type it into YouTube. See who's done it before. People are all day travel vlogging about their experiences abroad, and they love to show it off, especially to gain attraction to their channel and talk to different businesses so they can be an influencer. So actually, if you don't like reading, like if you're like, God, I just cannot read another second, I read all day at work, I just can't do it, look on YouTube. I promise you, before I moved to Mexico, I was on YouTube every day, all day. I wanted to know what it was like, there were other Black people living here. I didn't know enough because I've only visited so many times. So I didn't know enough about the lifestyle. However, YouTube helped me a lot and convinced me to move here, and now I live here and I'm thriving. Okay. So definitely YouTube if you don't want to read. Okay. So for my next question, in your expert opinion, which is better, paying monthly for your travels or saving and paying it all up front?
Both. It depends. So my whole thing is no interest. We're not paying interest on travel.
Right.
So whatever method you want to do that doesn't require you to pay interest on the travel, then use that method. You can do the pay in full or the monthly payments. I will say that, if you may be afraid that it's going to get canceled or whatever, maybe the monthly option is better, because now you don't have to wait to get a huge refund back because you paid in full. So that's my thing. As long as you're not paying interest on it, either option works. And then I do like to use the credits on my credit card, rewards on my credit card. So I do the lump sum, even if I do the monthly payments, I still do it on my credit card and I get the rewards on it. So it's a win-win, but I always put it on a zero interest card, or I just pay the monthly.
Got it. Okay, and that's that again. Like I said, we'll come back for the travel credit because there's ways to get them points to make travel work for you, so you don't have to pay for travel.
Yep.
It's a lot of ways to make money work for you now.
Oh
yeah. Alrighty, so we're getting more towards the end. How can viewers gain help from you as a financial coach? Like if someone wants to work with you, especially after watching this live and they're like, she's knowledgeable, yeah, she's a brown person, I want to work with her, how can they reach out to you?
So they can reach out to me. I'm actually streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn right now. But you can reach out to me by my personal profile, Nashaya Richardson. And just message me and just say like, hey girl, hey, like, I think I want to work with you. Cause I do offer one-to-one coaching. I have a 3-month program right now that actually can extend into a year program. And I'm also starting a monthly membership, which is a financial literacy membership, which I'm super excited about, launching that in April. So there's a couple of ways that people can work with me, and the investment levels are different depending on the type of access that you have to me. But those are the 2 ways. And if you want to join me on March 30th for my masterclass for $97, you can join me there as well. She's the budgetguru.com/spring clean. I'll put that up. But yeah, so 3 ways.
What is the masterclass the 30th about?
5 easy under your nose ways to multiply your extra cash. So a lot of people that I work with, they now have increased income, right? And now they're wondering, where is it going? So now I'm going to show you like 5 easy ways. That's going to show you like, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there.
One thing about following you in your content, she always finds the money. You'd be like, where'd it go? She'd be like, it's there, but you spent it at McDonald's and stuff. Months, okay.
And it's funny because it's like there's like a balance, right? So I'm the person that's like, no, I want you to enjoy your money, right? But we also need to be like intentional about how we're spending our money. So it's like, it's okay to spend, but think about what you're doing and make sure it's based on, the things that you value and how you really want to be spending your money and the lifestyle that you want to live versus just spending to be spending. Because a lot of times that's where our wealth is, right there.
Right, just spending. Just like I did hear someone say that foreigners understand that Americans find their pride in how much they spend, which says a lot about Americans. Okay. Yes. We find pride in how much we spend, and really, if we're not spending appropriately, then we're not getting the money back. It's not cycling back to us. We're just essentially working to give our funds away each month. Mm-hmm. We don't want to keep doing that. We want to be wealthy. So join our masterclass on the 30th and learn 5 ways that you can stop yourself from spending your extra cash.
And use it for things like travel and investing, right?
Yes. Because travel, again, you invest in travel, it invests back to you. And then suddenly you're traveling for $14.95 plus tax.
Mm-hmm.
The rewards points helped you out, and now you don't have to pay for it anymore. Alrighty. So, any last remarks for the viewers?
No, just reach out to Kamara to book your travel. No, yeah, pretty much that. Like, you're like, I was just in awe by all the stuff that you have, this type of support that you give your clients when they book with you, when you were showing me everything, your project that you have coming up. I'm super excited for you about that. Like, I was just really in awe by what you were doing and the support that you give. And I'm just like, wow, like, and like, full transparency, being a travel advisor was my second home-based business, and I did not like it.
Not for everybody.
No, I didn't have your patience. I was like, no, girl, you need to tell me what you want, how much you want to spend, because I'm done. Like, I'm not doing all this research for 2 days, and then you tell me you don't want to do it anymore. So, yeah. So you, why not? Why not, Daniela? Tell me why not. What? I don't remember. I don't
Why
know what.
a travel agent more than likely?
Oh, yeah. I just didn't have the patience that Kamara has, with booking travel. I found that, some of the things that you talked about earlier, and how, sometimes people have like a $1,500 budget, but they want to do this $10,000 trip
Right.
vacation. And then it's like you go and you get these quotes for them. And then they're like, oh, no, it's too expensive. Or then they want to change the location and all this stuff. And it just became too much. And I was like, this is not what I want to do. So it's not for everyone, but there's a lot of people that love doing it, such as Kamara. So, yeah, so get with her if you want to be a travel agent or you want to get your travel booked, because, yeah.
Help you. We can book your travels. We can help you make money off travel. And I can help you make money off travel without becoming an agent, but that's gonna be later down the line after you invested enough money off your credit cards and stuff. Alrighty, so I do have something that I want to do for the viewers. I have seen there has been some engagement coming along with us. Thank you so much, viewers, for engaging with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is my way of thanking you. So Nishay and I are going to do something super special. We're going to give a free hotel stay away to a place of your choice from these three places, okay? And the three places are San Diego, California, Miami, Florida, or Orlando, Florida, okay? Now, there are rules to enter this giveaway, and I will make sure that I post the rules and then make sure I send a copy to Nishay so she can post the rules as well with a contest flyer. That way you guys can read it. And if you don't want to read, watch the replay, okay? But that way you guys can read and see what I think it's 5 rules are, okay? So, like and follow Kamara Love on Facebook. My name is Kamara Antoinette Love. And then follow the Travel with Love on all social accounts. So I will drop my IG, TikTok, and Facebook business page in the post so that you guys know where to go follow them with the appropriate links. That way you don't even have to go type it in. You just click on the link, press follow, okay? Join the Travel with Love email list. I will also drop the link to that inside of the informational post. Like and follow Nashaya Richardson on all of her social accounts. And I will get her social accounts from oh, you're welcome. I'll get her social accounts from her, make sure they're filled in. Make sure you also join the She's the Budget Guru email list by visiting her website. It's on your website, yes?
Yeah, it's they can download a free planner and then it'll put them on my email list.
Okay.
Bottom of the first page.
Free planner. Get your free money planner. What? She got the freebies for you. So go ahead, get it. Be on the email list. And that way you can get another freebie, which is this hotel stay. Alrighty. And then I want you to comment done on either Nishaya's version of the contest flyer or my version of the contest flyer, just so that we have all the names. If you don't comment done, you could do steps number 1 through 4. I promise you I won't give you the stay. I need you guys to all be under either her post or my post together so that it's easier for me to account who did what, okay? And we will be making sure to keep track to see if who's following us on either side, okay? Now, the winner will be drawn in 2 weeks. So you guys do have 2 weeks to go ahead and get all 5 rules out. You also have time to tag a friend, tell them to watch this episode of, I don't even know what to call it. Watch this Travel Budget 101 episode. Especially if they need help with creating a travel budget, that would also allow them a chance to enter the contest as well. So we're going to have a 2-week contest period, and then I will come back live and I will draw a name. So it'll be like raffle style. I'll probably end up using wheelofnames.com. I'll put everybody's name into the list, tell everybody good luck, and let the computer figure out who wins, because I'm not going to pick anyone. So you guys have until April 7th. That is when the contest period ends, April 7th, 2023, to go ahead and get all of the 5 steps done to enter the contest. Alrighty. Outside of that, I want to thank you, the viewers, for coming on and making this an interactive experience. Me personally, I love interactive lives. I don't feeling like I'm talking just to the abyss personally. I'm still working on that part of me because I want to be like YouTube and vlog, but that's like talking to the abyss. But thank you so much. You guys are super awesome for coming, for listening to me Babylon, not really babble, but educate you on the importance of a budget and what it means as it relates to travel. Outside of that, I think I'm just going to sign off. I don't really have a signature, but that's pretty much the end of the show.
Awesome. So thanks, guys, for joining us live. Put in the comments if you're watching this on replay. If you made it this far, you saw the whole thing. Put comments. Reach out to Kamara to book your travel. All the good things. So have an awesome evening. Stay safe. Later.
Bye.